Next Level Mindset bringing you another powerful and positive video. Let's talk about 7 powerful insights God wants to give us, messages that we could use in this new year. And if you stay with this video all the way through, I've got some bonus insights, spiritual tips, things I know you do not want to miss. By the fact that you're watching this video right now, this is your confirmation, and this is an early bonus point. When we talk about God, always remember that it is the God of your understanding, and that is the difference between spirituality and religion. So keep that in mind as we go through these. So the first powerful insight God wants to give us is that everything is working out in a divine order. Everything is working out exactly as it's supposed to. It took me a while to realize that nothing ever really happens without the permission of God, without the laws of the universe being in the right order. Everything is happening in its right place. You're exactly where you need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be. And this is a powerful insight, a message that God wants to give us, and that it is everything is happening the way it's supposed to. And when we look around at things that are going on in the world, it's easy to get caught off guard by the wars that are going on, the different chaos that's going on in this world. It's easy to be sidetracked. But God wants us to remember that there is a higher plan involved. That one person that you're meant to make contact with, that's the perfect person for you. And I have to be the first one to admit, a lot of things that happen in this world, it's like, why did God allow that to happen, right? Why was that happening that way? It's easy to be sidetracked and to see that things happen that we sometimes don't understand. A lot of things may happen that is way above our level of understanding. But I'm learning to accept the things that God allows, accept those things that I cannot control. That's why I like that serenity prayer that says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. So there's many things that are going to happen that we never really understand why they happen that way. So I want to empower you and encourage you right now just to keep in mind, as no matter what's going on in your life, everything is happening exactly the way it's supposed to happen. The business that you start, the exact people that you're supposed to meet, your children, your parents, maybe your family members. And we'll talk more about the family coming up in a minute. But everything is happening in the divine order, just as it's supposed to happen according to your highest good. And even though there are times when things happen that we don't understand, I want to empower you with the fact that it's happening exactly the way it needs to happen at this time. And the second powerful insight, the next powerful insight God wants to give us is that you are stronger than you think. We are really stronger than we could really ever imagine. There is a difference between our lower self, the physical, egotistical self, and that higher self, which is divine and connected to God. And I'm sure that if you look back over your life, you can see those things that you came through. I can look back over my life and see things that I've gone through. You may be going through a divorce. You may be going through a loss of job or a loss of income or a loss of a family member. You're stronger than you think. God wants to empower us with that insight, with that message. You're stronger than you ever imagined. Maybe you just started a new job and you're wondering, am I able to pull this off? You can do it. There's nothing impossible for us to accomplish. We're stronger than we really think. And when life gets tough, it's easy for us to feel like we're overwhelmed and things are not going to work out. But we have such a mighty power within us, the great Spirit of God within us, that great I am. That is our power. That is your strength. You're stronger than that. The divorce that tried to take you out, you're stronger than that. That addiction that tried to take you out, you find out you're stronger than that. You're stronger than you think. So remember, every challenge that you face, turn it around as an opportunity for you to rise above it, going to the next level. And if you're part of the family, you already know that's how we like to do it to get it done. Next level mindset in everything that we do. And the third powerful insight, the next powerful insight that God wants to give us is that it's time to forgive. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive those who have maybe hurt you in your life as you've gone through different things. Maybe you're holding on to something that someone has done to you. And for me, it was really just holding on to what I had done to myself, what I had done to others in my life. I had to make up my mind. I have to move on. That was then, this is now, and now is new, right? Forgive yourself and move on. And there will be times when you're just sitting around minding your own business and memories will try to come back in your mind of things that you've done in your past. God wants us to know, and He wants you to be inspired. And what I found in my life along my journey is that we all have moments that we wish we could go back and change things. We think about how we would do things differently if we had another chance. But the fact of the matter is, those things are long gone. The only thing we can do is to move on from this moment, going on to greater things. Think about that in your life. Is there something that you've been holding on to? Is there a grudge that you've been holding on to from something somebody else did? Or is there something that you've done in your life? God wants us to know it's time to forgive yourself, let it go. There's nothing that we could do about the past, but the future is whatever we choose for it to be. No doubt about it, I found out it's time to let it go. It's time to forgive yourself for those things in your past, to get rid of the guilt. A lot of us walk around with unnecessary guilt, things that have happened that we can't change in this moment, talking to ourselves in a negative way. I want to empower you and inspire you. Think about it as a experience, something that we can learn from. One of my sayings is that we win some and we learn some, but we never lose as long as we're learning. So maybe that's for you. Maybe you've done some things to somebody else, or maybe somebody did something to you in your life. It's time to forgive. And I always say we never forgive others for their benefit. We forgive others for ourselves, to release ourselves of that pain, carrying that burden. There's a lot of things that I did in my life, and there I was carrying it around. A powerful insight, a message that you can use for your life. It's time to forgive and let it go. And by the way, if this is your first time here or you've been here before and you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel if you want to stay empowered and inspired. We'd love to have you here as a part of the Next Level community. And the fourth powerful insight, the next powerful insight God wants to give us is that your prayers have been answered. Your prayers have been heard and answers are on the way. Some of you right now watching and listening to this has been praying for things that you've been wanting to happen in your life. God wants us to know that our prayers are always being heard, and the answers may not come when we think they should come, but they're always on time. And whether you're praying in a group setting or whether you're praying on your own, those prayers with a sincere heart are always being answered. Answers are always on the way. So what have you been praying about? What have you been talking to God about? Also, keep in mind that prayer is a lot of things to different people. Prayer is affirmation. Prayer is a meditation. Prayer is confirmation. It is a realization of higher things. There's so many things that we could say about prayer. When we look at prayer on another level, on the next level, it goes beyond just talking to God and hoping that God will talk to us. Even with my new song that I'll share with you coming up in a minute, I'll talk about never being able to make it without you. Yeah, it says, I felt like I had lost my way, didn't know how to pray, didn't know if you would talk to me, didn't know what to say, but I prayed anyway. So keep that in mind. No matter what's going on in your life, those prayers that you pray from a sincere heart, God wants us to know they have been heard and answers are on the way. And what I found in my life is when we're going through different situations, it feels like our prayers are falling on deaf ears. We don't see the answers coming. But I want to encourage you, keep the faith. The answers are right there. Many times those answers may show up in different solutions, in different forms that we didn't expect. And I'm learning to look at my life and I'm learning to realize that they may not come the way I think they should come, but they're always right there. God has a way, the universe has a way of showing us different things in different ways, on different levels, because we're all in a different place in our spiritual lives. That's why I'm learning to realize that answers are going to come in different ways Always be ready for the unexpected. Always ready for the challenge. I've come through with an outstanding performance and an outstanding result. Keep that prayer in your spirit. Whatever way you want to pray, your prayers have been heard and answers are on the way. New possibilities are coming in your life. There's nothing impossible for you. So stay encouraged, stay empowered. One of my goals here at Next Level is to share my experience, my hope, my strength. Don't give up. Your prayers have been heard and answers are on the way. And the fifth powerful insight, the next powerful insight God wants to give us is that other people may be jealous of your success. And when they come against you with hateration, it's not because they don't want to see you succeed. Most of the time, it's because they're afraid that when you succeed, you're going to leave them, right? Your family members, they may feel that you're going to leave them when you succeed. God wants you to know that your success is going to give others a certain level of fear. But others are only afraid because they feel that they're going to lose a part of you, your connection with them, the time you used to spend with them. Others are, most of the time, they're only jealous of you because they don't think you're going to stick around for them. They're afraid of losing what they think they can get from you. Many times it's the very ones that we have in our family, the ones we have dinner with at those holiday moments. Those are the very ones who are jealous of your success. But keep in mind, it's not because they don't want the best for you. It's because they're afraid that if you succeed, it'll force them to step out of their comfort zone. And also they think that once you make it to that next level that you're going to forget about them and they don't want to lose you in that way. And when I look back in my life, I can see even certain relationships that I was in with certain people, it was their fear of my success that they were starting to be jealous, starting to show that hateration, not necessarily because they didn't want to see me succeed, but it was because they was afraid that my success would cause me to leave them. So keep that in mind. When people are jealous of your success, most of the time they're afraid that your success means your absence from their life. You can be encouraged and you can be inspired to know that no matter who's jealous against you, what God has for you is for you. It took me a while to realize that what God has for me is for me, and nothing can stop it. I like to say, after hell has done its worst, I'll still be at my best. And there's nothing that can stop you from getting to the place where God wants you. Get into that place that you have envisioned for your life. Going to the next level, that's what it's all about. And the sixth powerful insight, the next powerful insight God wants to give us is that you are always shaping your circumstances. You are always shaping and influencing your environment. You can always choose to go to a higher level in your thought life. We choose the thoughts that we have. We choose to respond to things in a certain way, right? I remember growing up, I used to think and talk like, this person made me feel this way. This person did this and made me hurt me in this way. And now I'm learning to realize that I can always choose to respond in any way I want to. I may not be able to choose how you're going to respond to me, but I can always choose how I'm going to respond to you. I can always choose how I'm going to respond to things that happen in this life. And one of the things that I've learned is that I can choose in a moment. I may have a bad moment, but I can always choose to never have a bad day. There's a cooperation. We are co-creating with God. In every area of our lives, we are always choosing, shaping, and influencing that situation. So always remember that you have the power to choose your thoughts wisely. You have the power to choose your beliefs wisely. You have the power to choose what you're going to focus and dwell on every moment of every day. Remember along my journey, I remember when I first started getting into the idea of spirituality, breaking away from bondage of religion. It took me a while to realize that I had the choice to choose how I was going to see God in my life, to choose how I was going to see certain concepts. We are all shaping and influencing our own realities and our own circumstances by the choices that we make every day. Remember that you are always shaping and influencing your own reality. You can choose to look at things on the positive or you can choose to look at things from a negative. And I can choose to rise above and give thanks, or I can choose to complain. I want every choice that I make to be uplifting, to be inspiring, to be empowering, so that I can be a blessing to those around me everywhere that I go, making sure that I'm choosing the best, choosing God. I always talk about spirituality, my spiritual health. I can choose to put my spiritual growth first and last, knowing that everything is working out, just like we talked about, by divine order. We are all shaping our own reality by the choices that we make. We can always choose to advance and transcend anything that ever tries to keep us down and make it to the places that we know we need to be. And the seventh powerful insight, the next powerful insight God wants to give us, is that your efforts and your actions are not going unnoticed. Everything that you do will be rewarded in its own time, in its own way. God wants us to know that the seeds that we have planted, they will bring a harvest. The gifts that you've given out, they will respond and they will return to you in due season. Everything that you're doing is working out for your highest good. Some of you are putting in the effort, putting in the time, doing things. You need to know that your effort and your actions will be rewarded. It took me a while to realize that everything that we do, it may not come through right away. Everything that we do, your actions are not going unnoticed. I want you to know that your efforts and your actions, they have been seen and they will bring a result. Your family, your lifestyle, your business, your efforts. Some of you watching my channel right now are content creators. Your business on YouTube as a content creator, that action is going to be rewarded. Everything that you're doing is going to bring a response. So God wants us to know, and I want to empower you. Your actions are not going unnoticed. Everything that you're doing is working out for our highest good. There are so many people around you. You'll never know how your influence is being a blessing to somebody else. So stay with it. Don't give up. I might give in to a fact, but I won't give up like that. And the energy and the effort that you're putting forth right now, it's going to come back for your highest good. Keep that in mind and be empowered by that. Be inspired by that. Let that bless you. Now, I've got some bonus insights that I want to share with you. But first, before we do that, just want to share this with you. Just want to give you a sneak peek behind the scenes. One of my songs, Without You, is going to be on my upcoming album entitled Satisfied. I'm not even supposed to be talking about it. And you already know about my brand new single that's out right now. It's called Nobody. Playing everywhere your music is streamed. Put that on your favorite Spotify playlist. Grab a copy from the Amazon site. Do that with the links in the description. If you've enjoyed this video so far and it's giving you value, do me a favor and hit that like button for the algorithm. Let other people know this video. It's definitely worth watching if you hit the like button. Thank you. So keep this in mind as a bonus insight. There are things that we deal with in our lives when it comes to spirituality. I touched on it in the beginning of this video, religion and spirituality. One thing that I've noticed along my journey is that religion deals mostly in a lot of words and restrictions, different traditions and limitations, and spirituality has a lot of more freedom involved. And so when it comes to God, we think about God, it's the God of your understanding. Spirituality allows you the freedom to look at God as you understand God in your own way. God is not limited to our words. It is us that are limited to those words, right? God has a certain spiritual freedom within us that transcends any word that comes our way. So when you think about these powerful insights that God wants to give you, the universe wants to give you, the great spirit within us wants to give us, consider it from a spiritual standpoint, not from a religious standpoint. That is so important when we think about these things. In my book, Still Destined for Greatness, I talk about whatever way one chooses to understand God, the type of higher power, a greater spirit. There's a lot of things, and I go deeper into that with this book, Still Destined for Greatness. I would love for you to grab a copy of that, take it home with you with the link in the description. Also, keep in mind when it comes to receiving these insights and messages from God, there are a lot of things that come in our lives that we begin to look at it from a spiritual standpoint. And I was looking at my life. I was thinking about something the other day, and there are many things that I've been wrong about in my life, misconceptions. In fact, check out this video right here coming up on the screen, limiting misconceptions about life's purpose. I think that would be a great video for you to watch next. So check that out, enjoy it. Thanks again to my subscribers and returning viewers. I really appreciate you being here. Hit the like button, share this on your way out. Subscribe if you haven't done that. Stay blessed, stay positive, never give up whatever you do. Until next time, I'll see you on the next level. Peace.